Hello and welcome back to the Football Now. We're here with the pre-match live as Stockport County take on Tranmere Rovers in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, the last group game. Hopefully everyone can hear me well. We're just starting this with half an hour to go till kick-off, so we won't be on too long, but I just want to get people's pre-match thoughts. Hopefully everyone can hear me well and hopefully everyone's managed to make it back in time. It's a bit of a last-minute rush with it being a 7 o'clock kick-off, so that's why we're a couple minutes late. Hopefully everyone's doing well. And as I say, it's the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. It's not the most important competition, let's face it. It's a group game. We're pretty much already through. I don't see how we can go out the tournament now. So it's a dead rubber game in a lot of ways, but let's cover it anyway. Some interesting news with the team news, actually. 11 changes from the weekend's 5-0 win over Bolton. Corey Adai comes back in goal, rather. Don't want to get that one wrong. Corey Adai is in goal then, so that's an interesting one because the title was Who's in Goal, and that will spark a lot of debate because this is a cup game, so ordinarily it would be a game for Ben Hinchliffe. So the fact that Corey Adai finds himself between the sticks, what does that mean for Saturday's game against Wrexham? Well, I think it tells us all that Ben Hinchliffe is going to be in goal for that game because obviously he picked him for the Bolton game, which was a bit of a surprise for me personally. We obviously know that he subbed the goalkeeper at half-time during the Lincoln game, but once he was back in goal for the Reading game on the Tuesday, that felt to me like he was number one goalkeeper. So it's a little bit strange that he decided to make the decision to have Adai on the bench on Saturday, but it's one that I'd say paid off. I don't think it had too much of an impact on the game, to be honest. He was in goal. I know some people have tried to drive that narrative, but I don't think that's the case. I think the difference on Saturday was the players being up for it, the whole team being up for it, the whole team playing with a higher tempo, the whole team playing with purpose when they had possession. There's a lot of times when we've had loads of the ball in games this season, we've done very little with it. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, we had, I think, was it 39% possession, so that's less than 40% possession in the game on Saturday, but we had 5 goals to show for it and a clean sheet, so I think we played with purpose on Saturday. I think that's why we won the game. I don't think it's necessarily to do with the goalkeeper, though we did do very well, as you'd expect, had very little to do, but had some good moments playing the ball out, so that's always a good thing. So yeah, Adai is back in goal. Sam Hughes finds himself in the team. Ethan Pye will get in as well because he obviously missed the game with suspension on Saturday. An interesting one here as well. Jay Mingey's back in the team. That's a big one. It's a big boost for Stockport County because I think he's a player which has been very, very good and probably gone under the radar a little bit since his move in the summer. Obviously, he's had a couple of injury problems, which hasn't helped him. But in terms of the signings we made, he's been one of the best signings when he's been on the pitch. So, yeah, very, very happy to have him back. Hopefully, he's back for selection in the league as well soon. I mean, this is the thing. We've got three options at right back. We've got Noyle, Southern Hales and Jay Mingey. And we've got Southern Hales back, and he did very well on Saturday. But Jay Mingey is probably a better option for us at right back than him. He's now back in the starting 11 tonight, so that's a big boost for us. Noyle should be back as well soon, which then gives us 3 options at right back. And if we end up playing with a back 3, quite a couple of options at right wing back, because we obviously Jaden Fevrier can also play wing back as well. So that gives us a little bit more depth on that side of the pitch, which is really, really important. So yeah, Ethan Pye's back in, Jay Mingey's in, Teo Adramola is in. I've not been entirely impressed with him, to be honest, in his early time at Stockport County, but every game is an opportunity to turn things around. Just look at what happened to Tyler Onyango. He came in for that Reading game, really, really surprised people. Started the Forest Green game, was really, really good in that game up until he had the hamstring injury, which is going to put him out for 3 months, I believe, which is a very, very lengthy injury, particularly when initially it didn't seem like it was going to be that bad. So that's a big downside for County. But Teo Adramola gets his opportunity again, and hopefully we can see a little bit of a glimpse as to why Stockport County wanted to bring him in the summer. So yeah, let's see what happens with that one. So as I'm looking at it, Sam Hughes, Ethan Pye, Teo Adramola and Jay Mingey is going to be the back 4. We've got Jaden Fevrier inside as well, big boost there. Jack Diamond as well. I think is it the first time we've had Diamond and Fevrier start with one another? It certainly feels like it. It could be wrong. Tantor Laffy's back from illness as well. Obviously missed out in the matchday squad on Saturday, so he's back in. Finding his game time somewhat limited this season, so it's interesting that he's in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy game and hopefully he can get a couple of goals like he did in the last game, I believe, was it? So yeah, big boost there. Shea Gardner's in the team as well as Odin Bailey and Lewis Fiorini. Shea Gardner's obviously not been as involved over, he's not been as involved as he was at the beginning of the season. So he's found some game time in the first team again. He'll be happy with that. As I say, it's a big opportunity for Tanto Alafi when you think about it. A big game on Saturday against Wrexham. Ordinarily, last season he'd be one of the first names on the team sheet. The fact he's playing this game, trying to get minutes, trying to get his fitness up, it just shows how difficult of a start to the season it's been for Tanto Alafi. And hopefully, as I say, he can play well tonight. But what does that mean for him in terms of a starting place on Saturday? I think it's very unlikely, irrespective of what he does tonight. If anything, the more minutes he plays, the less likely he is to start the game on Saturday, as unfortunate as that is. So yeah, I mean, I'm generally happy with that. With that starting 11. As I say, 11 changes, wholesale changes. It's a strong bench as well, which has Hinchliffe on the bench with Bate, Horsfall, Connolly, Wootton, Barry, and Norwood. I mean, that's probably the strongest bench you're gonna get. It's a really, really strong team, considering up against the League Two opposition. I'm very, very impressed with that. With that team, to be honest. So yeah, I would thoroughly expect us to score a couple of goals tonight. As I say, it's not the biggest game of the season. It's not the biggest game of the calendar for either team, really. I don't know whereabouts Tranmere are in this group. It's actually probably quite lazy of me to have not done my research beforehand. Let me just have a quick look at this, because I know that Stockport County are top going into this. So as I say, it doesn't really mean too much, but it's an opportunity to progress in the tournament, isn't it? So we'll take it. Yeah, so we're in Group A in this tournament. I'm on the wrong bit there. But yeah, so we're top coming into this. So that's pretty much us through really. As I say, I can't see us not going through to the next round. I don't even think it's possible. So it's just an opportunity to get fitness into the players really. And as I say, we've gone strong. It's a strong bench as well. So we've got good options should we need it, which we shouldn't really. As I say, even if we lose games, it doesn't really mean too much. So County are through. It's just an opportunity to get minutes in the legs for some of these players. It's a big opportunity, as I say, for players like Shea Gardner, for players like even Sam Hughes, who's found game time limited. As we know, it's very difficult to get to sort of get in ahead of Ethan Pye and Horsfall in that centre back position. Big opportunity for Teo Adramola as well. Odin Bailey with a brilliant goal late on against Bolton. He's looking to try and get his season going really, because he hasn't quite hit the heights that he did early on in his time at Stockport County so far this season. Fiorini as well, another big opportunity for him. He came in against Reading, did really, really well, but hasn't really managed to replicate that in the last couple of games since then. Jaden Fevrier doesn't seem to be getting as many minutes as I think his quality suggests he should. So again, big opportunity for a lot of these players who are playing today, and I just wonder, can they force their way into this League One starting 11 over the next couple of weeks? Obviously, Wrexham on Saturday is the big one. You wouldn't want to make too many changes from Saturday's selection, really, unless a player performs exceptionally well tonight. I wouldn't expect too many changes. And as I say, I think the biggest talking point is going to be the goalkeeper. Some people might be fed up, talking about it, hearing about it, but it simply is because as the weeks go on, we have more and more developments with the goalkeeping situation. And the latest one is that Hinchliffe was in goal against Bolton on Saturday. Adai is back in goal for this cup game tonight. I can't see anything other than Hinchliffe starting the game against Wrexham on Saturday now, which will be music to a lot of county fans' ears. But again, it also asks questions as to what was the point of signing Adai, because if you backed him as your number one goalkeeper, then why are you changing that 15 games into the season? And what does that mean for his future at the football club? As early as it is in his time at Stockport County, questions are going to start to be asked, because is that an admission of getting a transfer wrong from Dave Challoner here? I'd really like to know post match tonight what the thinking is with Corey Adai going forward. And as I say, with him being dropped from the Bolton game and with him then coming in as a cup goalkeeper tonight, is it an admission of maybe getting it wrong in the summer from Dave Challoner? That would be a question I would put to him if I could. But yeah, very, 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 very happy with the starting 11. As I say, I would expect a strong result and performance tonight against the Tranmere side, which is in League Two. Obviously, we're a level above that. But then the last time we played them wasn't particularly brilliant, was it? It was a 4-0 defeat. So well, obviously a lot of changes there over the summer. So it's a different team. They all made a lot of changes as well. Obviously, we've gone up a league, so I would expect us to put a few goals past this Tranmere side, if I'm being honest. Especially as it's not the focus for either set of fans really. Tranmere will be focused on their league position. Stockport County are focused on their league position. This is just, I see it as basically a friendly game tonight. It's an opportunity for, I keep saying it, an opportunity for players to build up fitness, maybe to show why they should be in the League One starting 11 at the weekend. But as I say, big opportunity for Adam Roller, big opportunity for Jay Mingy, a big opportunity for a lot of these players. Jack Diamond's impressed me against Forest Green, but since then, haven't quite seen that spark obviously in the 5-0 defeat to Wickham. And in terms of score prediction, I'm trying to look at it. As I say, I would expect to score a couple of goals, so I'm going to probably go with an emphatic 4-0 win for Stockport County. Obviously, we will be doing the post-match as well, where everyone can get their thoughts in. That will probably be about 9 o'clock, with it being the 7 o'clock kickoff. So I do expect us to be on at 9 o'clock, hopefully. Maybe I can get Adam on as well for that one. Well, let's see. He was meant to be coming on for this one, but I think his tea time got in the way. We're 15 minutes away from kickoff now at Edgeley Park. As I say, it's, the fifth game in a row at Edgeley Park for Stockport County. And that's before we have Wrexham on Saturday as well, and then obviously Burton after that, which will be the first away game since Lincoln. So it's been a while since we've had an away game. A lot of home games, and that's great, I suppose, for the season ticket holders. But very much looking forward to just basically seeing what this team can do. I mean, there's one player that I'm going to have my eye on particularly in this game. It's Tanto Alafi, because I want to see him get a bit of confidence back. I want to see him show that he's good enough, show that he's got the fitness to try and fight for that spot, because Cal Wootton has been a little bit hit and miss so far this season. He's good in certain games, he's dreadful in others. And once he did score in the game on Saturday against Bolton, we do need a different type of striker. We do need a different type of option. Tanto Alafi is that different type of option, and we need him available. So yeah, that's my views on that one. As I say, it was only a quick one because of how early the kickoff is. There's always more to talk about post-match as well. So we will be going live at roughly 9 o'clock for post-match conversation, I suppose, about how the game has gone, and maybe a little bit of a look ahead to Saturday's game. But obviously, I will be doing the proper preview on the channel on Thursday. Stephen's saying here, I think we should look for another goalkeeper. I'm guessing he's going to say a new goalkeeper. But that's an interesting one, because we've obviously got Ben Hinchliffe, which is a fan favourite, but he's not getting any younger, let's face it. Corey Adai was meant to be that new goalkeeper. He started the season a little bit hit and miss. I actually think he's done well in some games, but obviously he's made a couple of mistakes. In terms of signing a new goalkeeper, I don't think that's going to be on the agenda in January, especially as I don't know how much we would have paid for him, but it would have been a transfer fee because it was undisclosed, I think. So we backed him in the summer to be our number one goalkeeper. We're 15 games into the season, something like that, and now suddenly we're changing our mind and starting to revert a little bit back to type. So I'm not too sure. I mean, another goalkeeper coming in might look at it and go, well, you brought in Adai to be number one. That's not panned out, so why should I jump ship from wherever I am? So that's the problem. You can't just go and sign a new goalkeeper when you're 6 months in with a new one, because that goalkeeper that you're trying to bring in might look at it and go, well, the last one didn't really get a proper chance. I'm probably better off where I am. Do you know what I mean? So I think that could be a problem for County. Even if they want to look at a new goalkeeper in January, the fact that Adai's only been there for 6 months, it's going to be a bit of a red flag for a new goalkeeper coming in, I think. So yeah, I'm not too sure what happened with that. For me personally, you've got to go with Adai. You've got to let him make those mistakes almost in a way, because the whole team's been making mistakes this season. We're letting those other players play through those mistakes, and I think that's what we've got to do a little bit with Adai. So yeah, I would prefer to see Adai start games, and if results continue to go really, really bad, then you can talk about making a change. But like I said on Saturday, we didn't win that game on Saturday because Adai wasn't in goal, nor did we lose the game 5-0 on Tuesday because Adai was in goal. Like, it's the whole team's not been up to scratch, and the difference on Saturday, as I say, was the rest of the team being up for the game, being up for the challenge, and I think we would have won that game 5-0 with Adai in goal. I think the interesting thing is on Saturday we didn't look to play the ball short as often. I think we probably I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know what the stats are, but it felt like we played a lot less short balls, a lot more long balls in the game from the goalkeeper, and that seemed to be better for us. But then there's this assumption that Corey Idai doesn't play it long; he only ever plays it short, and Ben Hinchliffe will just boot it long. And I think that's probably not entirely accurate, because if I think back to the beginning of the season, I think it's actually the first goal of the season, Corey Idai between the sticks, it's at Edgeley Park, we're playing Cambridge, and within 5 minutes Louis Barry scores a wonder goal, and that's from Corey Idai pinging a wonderful pass across to Carl Wootton, who heads it on for Barry. So we've seen the benefits of Corey Idai being in goal, and the reason as to why Chan wanted to bring him in. We've seen that already this season. I mean, that's just one moment. So we have seen the quality of him. Unfortunately, he's made a couple of mistakes, but I also think a lot of those goals that have been conceded, that a lot of people would say are his fault, has also been defenders not making the right decisions either. So I think he's been let down by the team not performing well, and I'd like to see Adai get a bit more of a chance, to be honest. But obviously, he's back in goal tonight. That's his opportunity. He's now got to force his way back into Dave Chalmers' thinking for the league game. So yeah, that's where we're at. Hopefully he has a good game. Hopefully he keeps a clean sheet as well. That'll go a long way for his confidence, because no doubt it'll have taken a knock over the last couple of weeks. And let's see what the result is. Like I say, I've gone with a 4-0. I'm optimistic, as we should be. We're definitely favourites. So let's go and get a couple of goals. Let's keep a clean sheet, and then hopefully Adai can, stake a claim to be number one on Saturday, and hopefully Tanto Laffy can show that that maybe why he should be starting the game on Saturday. As I say, I think it's unlikely either one of them will start, given that they're playing the game tonight. But the best they can do is try and force their way into the manager's thinking. So hopefully they do that tonight. As I say, I just want to say thanks to everyone who has tuned into this pre-match as well. We will be going live at 9 o'clock with the post-match conversation, post-match review, whatever you want to call it, where we'll go over, as I say, the game and maybe talk a little bit about Saturday as well before the preview comes out on Thursday. So thanks to everyone who's tuned in, and hopefully I'll see you all at 9 o'clock, and hopefully County have a big win under their belt as well. So thanks to everyone who has tuned in.